Today in the crypto space, we see some green price action to the upside. Bitcoin up approximately 7% above that $70,000 mark, looking really bullish. Ethereum up approximately 7% as well, $3,600 for Ethereum, also looking really good. The rest of the crypto space, the altcoins are deep in the green. We have Near Protocol, ICP, and Arweave doing awesome as well, and the rest of them are also nice and green. Guys, we have a green market today. In today's video, I want to talk about the general market. I want to use Bitcoin as a leading indicator, but more importantly, I want to talk about one altcoin, one project that I am looking at for a potential move to the upside after this retracement, this sideways accumulation phase, and that project is called Nexa. So you know what, let's talk about the news, let's analyze the charts, and let's strategize to capitalize. Welcome to the channel. My name is Mike, and let's get right into it, guys. If you're new to the channel, welcome. On the channel, we talk about cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all the altcoins, looking for opportunities. Whether we go up or down, bearish or bullish, it doesn't matter. All we want to do is stay one step ahead of the market so that we can capitalize on any of the volatility. And if you appreciate the strategy, subscribe to the channel, click the bell so you don't miss out on any of my future videos, including the live streams at 7:30 Eastern, where we talk about crypto news and price action. Guys, if you have any projects you want me to cover here on the channel, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. You can hit me up on the socials. The links are in the description. And of course, guys, join the Discord. The Discord is where it's at. Lots of good alpha, trade setups, fundamentals, and learning material. The best part is it's absolutely free. All right, guys, let's begin. Let's see what's going on here with this market. We can see that the total market cap is on the way up approximately 7%. That means that there's capital flowing into this space, which is really bullish. And we got the trading volume to support it. That means to the upside we go. Bitcoin looking really strong here, obviously moving to the upside above that 70,000 mark, obviously at about 70,700. Do we get back to all-time highs? Do we continue in price discovery? As we speak, it's very possible here, guys. Definitely very possible, but you got to admit that at the current level, getting into a fresh long is a bit dangerous because we are potentially going to have some resistance at previous highs. We'll take a look at the Bitcoin price very soon. Of course, we'll take a look at the general market scrape through this top 100, and then we'll focus on Nexa as well to see what kind of entries we can get here to capitalize on the volatility that the altcoin market could have in the upcoming days, particularly if we get into an altcoin season. Ethereum is doing really good as well, keeping up with Bitcoin, pretty steady here at 7.5%, 7.2%. Not bad whatsoever. Does it break out of its previous highs and continue to the upside? It's very possible here. Remember, Ethereum is lagging behind, ever so slightly behind Bitcoin. It hasn't got to its previous high and hasn't even got into price discovery. So there's a bit more momentum to the upside here for ETH. And of course, there are other competitors like Solana doing really well, you know, up 8.5% for today. Still not contending with its previous highs just yet. Its retracement was a little deeper, but all good. Seeing Solana right back to $191 is really healthy. And BNB is still grinding to the upside. Guys, you know, BNB's price action is quite healthy, to be honest. You know, we're not getting those huge pumps, those huge dumps. We're getting nice grinding, slow and steady, very supportive price action to the upside. So pretty good here for BNB, seeing that at around $600. XRP is waking up a little bit as well. I like the structural resistance that is trying to break above. If it breaks above, we can see XRP move, and we continue going down. Nice green price action to the upside, slow grinds, really nice. Altcoin up 11.5%, up 44% in the last 7 days, guys. Good gainer, and the market is green, guys. The market is green. We're seeing good stuff here. A couple of days ago, we did identify that the 4-hour was looking really good on Bitcoin and that the market was showing bullishness on the 4-hour. Now what I question is that 4-hour bullishness done? And are we going to continue going higher? Is the daily bearishness over with? Are we getting a bit of a flip so that we can, you know, get some of those oscillators crossed over on the daily? You know, changing the momentum on the daily, changing the stance of the daily time frame is going to require a lot of work, and I'm wondering if the 4-hour has what it takes to actually do that. Okay, so let's just keep in mind that the price action that we're seeing right now is still based on the 4-hour momentum getting into that overbought condition. Okay, so let's keep on going here. Chainlink looking strong, Polkadot waking up. I would say that overall I'm seeing about 5 to 10% green candles here, green price action, but we have Near Protocol. And then we have Near Protocol up 16%. ICP also up 15%. Decent projects, guys. We covered these projects. Look at this. ALF deep dive yesterday was awesome. ICP covered the day before, 2 days ago. Then we have Near Protocol doing really good, up 3 days ago. And then me dabbling into the Avalanche ecosystem that is ready to rock and ready to wake up. So guys, keep up with the channel. Make sure you subscribe and click that bell, because I try to give you the alpha early, one step ahead of the market. That's the way we do it. All right, guys, let's continue. We have ICP doing good. Near Protocol doing well, Stacks flatlining a little bit, but you know that it's going to follow Bitcoin's lead. Bitcoin is doing well right now, so it's up a little bit. We should expect Stacks to continue. It did get its upgrade, and it's up 40% for the last 7 days, so it has been already a great gainer. So we got to understand that individuals taking risk on this project could be a little bit of an issue, and that goes for Bitcoin as well. We have to understand that Bitcoin didn't really even take a break yet, a major retracement just yet. We got the leverage all flushed out based on the negativity that we had in the last little while. However, guys, we didn't really get a major retracement, but it looks like Bitcoin wants to keep on going. Let it go. Let it keep on riding. We'll keep on finding those entries. We have Atom looking good, breaking out to the upside. What else do we have? A lot of good ones. I don't see any negativity. Pepe is running again, up 10%, 11%. Well, VeChain's waking up 7%. The market in general right now is super green. So what I would be doing right now at this moment is getting defensive. It doesn't mean that you got to exit your positions on these profits. What it means is come up with a plan. And you know what my plan usually consists of? Trailing up stop losses so that you have that blanket, that security, that just in case it does come down, you have that safety net that could definitely keep you out of losing your trade and making you a profitable trader. But at the same time, you could always take a bit off the top. Scrape a bit of profit off the top when you have some of those good gainers, 10% at a time. After every impulsive move, take 10%, and then trail up that stop loss at good levels of horizontal support on your short-term trading portfolio. That way you can take profits and buy dips on those red days. Guys, red days are over. We had a couple of red days. Now all of a sudden we're in the green this week. Early into the week, we're seeing some green. Are we going to get a continuation to the upside here for the rest of the week and see some good green price action? It's likely. It is likely to happen here that we continue. So that's why trailing up a stop loss is healthy, because you keep your position totally intact while the market keeps on going, and you can see there's no indication of absolute bearishness in the immediate short term, so we could see a continuation to the upside in the next couple of days. All right, so let's continue here. Let's use Bitcoin as a lead indicator. And I know you guys are here to talk about charts, so let's begin taking a look at Bitcoin. Let's just see what Bitcoin is up to. What do we expect for Bitcoin? On the daily time frame, guys, nothing really has changed with regards to momentum. The only thing that can make things different here on the momentum is to see the RSI get into bullish control zone, to get overbought and severely overbought and neutralize, or basically invalidate, the bearish divergence. Guys, let's look at this in a little bit more detail. Guys, looking at bearish divergence right now is quite dangerous. We know in a bull trend, the reset of momentum doesn't really happen very often. So we have to understand that the bullishness in this case, it does neutralize any negativity. And we can see that the RSI did come down after the bearish divergence, class A bearish divergence, higher highs on the price action, lower highs on the RSI. We got a bit of a follow through, and now we're coming up for a confirmation. If we get the confirmation high here, guys, which is technically should be a lower high, it's not a good look for Bitcoin. Earlier on today, I did mention, guys, this is risk on now. This is the time to expect risk here for Bitcoin, holding that long. You know, we talked about going long here around 62,700. I let you guys know on the Discord that was a great time to go long. It was a perfect entry. And then all of a sudden, here we are at about $70,642, give or take. And today on the Discord, I did mention, guys, this is the time where you should expect risk. Why? We're approaching the previous high. We're approaching a scenario where we can get that confirmation high, that lower high. And if we do get that confirmation high, you can imagine that the momentum, the trend of this momentum is going to continue to the downside. Let's talk about the negative aspect here. The negative scenario could be that we get rejected and make a lower low. We make a lower low below this low. It's starting to look really bad here on the daily. But that's not the case at the current moment, right? At the current moment, what we're really trying to do is go sideways, in my opinion. There's no indication yet that we're trying to make a lower low until we contest with this bottom once again. And we do have a bit of a volume gap to deal with, right into this zone at about 60,000 all the way down to about 53 to about 51 or so. This is where I would be happy to be buying dips, expecting a bit of support if that happens. But as we speak, we can see that we're holding this level really true. We're trying to use it as support, and so far so good. Okay, so breaking below about 61,200 more or less is not a good thing. But if we get this confirmation, this lower high, and come down and break below this low, we make a lower low, and lower high, lower low. The trend is your friend. It's likely that we're going to get into a bigger corrective move. One impulsive retracement, next impulsive. Who knows how low we go? Perhaps even down to around this level. And then I'm interested to see what type of reaction. So from a bearish perspective, if we do get rejected here, be prepared for altcoins to take a bit of a beating. Okay, they're going to sell off again, and it's likely that we're going to see negativity. However, guys, if we continue going up and getting overbought, it is very possible that we make another higher high, a third drive of bearish divergence, make another higher high, and continue going upwards while we maintain the downward sloping momentum in this RSI, which is totally fine. You know, class A bearish divergence with multiple drives to the to the upside in price action and lower lows on the RSI is totally normal, and it happens all the time, particularly when the trend is very strong. We can see that the MACD might be looking for that EMA cross. Nothing confirmed just yet. We might want to hang out in this bullish control zone just a little bit longer. Maybe we get a green histogram bar to the upside, and that confirms the bullish momentum to the upside. But as of now, we can assume that if we get rejected here, it's not looking good for Bitcoin. Now, the reason why I called the entry a great entry price at around this level was because on the 4 hour, this was the setup. We came down, got a bounce up to 200. We came back to the 200, was producing many wicks as support, suggesting buy pressure. And then all of a sudden, the bullish divergence got its follow through, confirmation low, higher low, and then we got that massive bounce. And then we were talking about this inverse head and shoulders for a couple of days, and it followed through. We actually got it, hitting its target pretty much. Okay, we're almost there. You can see we got a volume gap. I'm expecting a bit of resistance right around here, 71,400 more or less. If we do get rejected here, it could come down back to the bottom of the volume gap to about 6,800, maybe pennant out here for a little while and go sideways, giving us a nice cup and handle right into the zone, and potentially look for continuation to get into price discovery. Just keep in mind that the 4 hours almost already overbought. The MACD is super bullish right now. EMAs are facing down, green histogram bars to the upside. So in the short term, we're still looking bullish here on Bitcoin. It's likely that we see altcoins continue to the upside. And if we do get rejected on Bitcoin and we do come down and continue within this range, I am expecting altcoin season. I'm expecting these altcoins to continue doing well and perhaps start outperforming Bitcoin in a bigger way. And that way we can see some really good gainers in the altcoin market that hold up our portfolio and see this altcoin season through. All right, so not bad. I'm compelled to see what the stochastics are doing. It's already overbought. The stochastics are already overbought, and the daily is looking to get overbought here on the stochastic, which means to the upside we go in the immediate short term. But as soon as we get overbought here, I'm wondering what kind of rejection we're going to get. So that's why getting defensive when we actually break out and get into that impulse and taking a bit of profits, you know, trading up stop losses and putting them at least at minimum break even, guys, is not a bad idea. All right, guys, let's take a look at Nexa. Nexa is another one that is doing pretty good. Let me get rid of this stochastics for a second. Lately, I've been introducing the Stokes into my strategy, given that the fact that they work much better in a clear direction, in a trend, right? When the clarity is there, the stochastics come through. Guys, join me live tonight at 7:30 Eastern. We can talk about the Stokes and how they work and how to implement them in the strategy. But so far, we've been doing very well finding these entries. Now, the question is what's happening with Nexa? Okay, let's go into the daily. Let's remove some of the noise. Let's kind of stretch this out a little bit. You can see that we are going sideways. Now, it did look great. Nice inverse head and shoulders. We did get a nice little breakout here above the 200 daily. We broke through resistance of previous price action very nicely, and we got a tad bit of volume here to suggest that it was going to continue to the upside. But guess what? At this point, Bitcoin decided, you know what? I'm going to pull out the reverse Uno card and definitely come right back to lower levels. And this is where we're at, back to accumulation range. And for those of you that are super bullish here on Nexa, I'm assuming that you're happy because now you can accumulate at lower levels. You can pack your bags on the cheap. And you can see that we're getting a bit of support right now at about multiple zeros, 60-30, which is not bad of an area to consider a trend in this momentum. You can see we're making higher highs and higher lows on the trend of the RSI. The MACD is also trying to push to the bullish control zone and stay there. Look at this trend happening right here. Not bad. Do we got an EMA cross as of now on the daily? No, we don't. So we got some time to the downside still. The RSI as well, kind of in the chop zone. Do we actually break out and get overbought? Hopefully that happens very soon. But at the current state, I can say that we are still within accumulation range. Look at the volume right into here. Look at all the market participation right into this area. And then the question is, where is your invalidation? Okay, so entries were called at this level. Green arrow entries. This is, whoa, let's put this back. This is where, you know, on the channel, on the Discord, I was like, guys, I'm buying the dip. And I happened to buy right on the bottom. Guys, you know, it doesn't happen all the time, but it does happen once in a while where I catch the absolute wick bottom. It happened this time. I was a bit lucky. Of course, no skill involved in catching wicks. But we can say that if we do break below this low, it's not looking good here for Nexa. Why? Because we're going to start testing the previous low. And right now we're hoping that this cluster of price action is going to give us a confirmation low, a higher low. We want this higher low because we got this low that was pretty low, bear market low, of course. Now we got a pop, and we'll talk about the pop in a second. And now we got a retracement. We want this low to be higher than this low so that we get that confirmation low. Now, all of a sudden, if we start looking at what happened, right, we got into the bullish divergence right here. We bought our dips, we got in, and then all of a sudden, boom, this was the resistance, right? We made another higher high in comparison to this high. Really good. So if we're making higher highs and we're making higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, there's a trend, right? There's a trend to the upside. So it's very important that we start showing the bulls that we are going to get some support in this area, that there's market participation interested in Nexa at this level. And guess what, guys? Look at all this volume. Look at this spike of volume. We even got the point of control around this area, suggesting that individuals are interested in accumulating. Look at the volume right into here. Nice volume, nice follow through. Then we come down for you know, a bit of a contraction. We kind of consolidate, and then we're looking for expansion again. Decent volume picking up in here. Do we have enough bullish bids at these levels to actually break out and contend with the previous high, the previous rejection spot at about this zone right here, which would give us a massive breakout? So I'm compelled to look at the weekly because you can see the weekly still in the chop zone. Nothing is really happening because the price action is still going sideways. Accumulation, and a lot of accumulation. Now, as soon as we start breaking levels, yes, we have some accumulation here that could cause a bit of a reaction. But guys, look at this. We really want to see Nexa get that pop and start breaking these horizontals and getting to price discovery as soon as possible. Fundamentals are good. Market cap has potential growth. The team, everything about Nexa is very solid. But at this stage, we're still in accumulation. The risk is still there that we could come down to previous lows and in fact break previous lows and come down and make lower lows. And if that were to happen, your invalidation is literally this thick yellow line right around this level if you want to, you know, give it a bit of wiggle room. But really, you can put a stop loss right here at about multiple zeros, 5260, which means that if we break below this low right here at entry, we are making a lower low, and it's not looking good. If that happens, it's potentially a continuation to the downside, given that the bears are going to be looking at this as a bear flag. Impulsive move, sideways price action, another impulsive move, and breaking down to lower levels. Guys, be careful out here. DCAing is a perfect strategy. You know, my entry was decent once I saw it moving up, but now that we're in a rejection, game on, risk is on. You know, risk to reward is decent if you get in here and put a stop loss underneath this level. But if you give yourself the wiggle room and put the stop loss all the way down here at about multiple zeros of 3436, what you really want to do is get into a smaller position size so that you can DCA at lower levels and drag your average cost down. Because if we break below this low, it's not looking good here for Nexa, but I am still fundamentally bullish, and I wouldn't mind buying a bit of dips at lower levels. But I think that we're going to hold, guys. Obviously, not financial advice. No one knows where the price action is going to go. It's just a game of probability, and the chances is right now is that we could get a bit of support. Let's look at this little bottom here. We can see it's diverging, lower lows on the price action, higher lows on the RSI, and the MACD is looking to twist to the upside, pushing slowly. EMAs are nice, green histogram bars, so the 4 hours showing that we could get a potential bounce. Maybe we come down and sweep the lows and hunt that liquidity before we get that bounce, but generally speaking, this retracement is testing previous lows on these lows, and I'm hoping that it holds up for support. All right, guys, if I've offered you any value in this video, do the channel a massive favor and slap that like button. It does really help out with the algorithm. If you want to follow me on those socials, the links are in the description below. Feel free to join the Discord, guys. The Discord is where it's at. Lots of good alpha, trade setups, fundamentals, and learning material. Take care, guys. Have a good one, and don't forget, buy the dip.